Near downtown Santa Cruz, California, just off the ominous coastline and overlooking Lighthouse, is a famous surf break known as Steamer Lane, also known as the Lane to the locals. This point, surrounded by waterfront cliffs, provides a stadium spectator-friendly setting for the world's top surfers to test their skills against the cold winter conditions of the West Coast. This is the O'Neill Coldwater Classic. You're watching the Red Bull Signature Series. Everybody, Soundmaster Keller here, your host of the Red Bull Signature Series, and allow me to welcome you to Santa Cruz in Northern California, the setting for the O'Neill Coldwater Classic. Now, surfing in this region dates back to the 1930s. Steamer Lane gets its name from the ships of that era that traveled back and forth to the Santa Cruz Pier, and on the flat days actually generated the waves for local surfers. Now, this is surfing unlike what typically comes to mind with warm tropical locations. This region comes alive in the winter months with conditions that include big waves, water temperatures in the low 40s, navigating giant bull kelp, and even the occasional sighting of sea life that includes killer whales and great white sharks. Yet, despite these challenges, the location of this cold water right-hand reef point is protected from the brutal northwest winds, which typically shut down other breaks in the region. And with that, offers consistent waves like we have today at this perfect right point. Our finals are about to start, so we're going to check in with Chris Cote and the big wave legend, Mike Parsons.
Thanks, Sal. Yes, welcome surf fans to Steamer Lane. This is the 2015 O'Neill Coldwater Classic. We're going to go four-man heats. Top two surfers will advance. We're going to go four-man priority. Snips, that means this is like gentlemen's rules surfing, correct?
It is. It's basically taking turns with four surfers in the water, and that will be a great addition to this year's event. The waves today are great in that 3 to 4 foot range. Judges will be looking for those big, explosive, powerful maneuvers. This is a classic right point, and these guys will be going off today.
Thanks, Mike. Let's go to Chris Pastris on the bluff.
Thanks, guys. We've got some good conditions for surfing here at Steamer Lane. The water is uncharacteristically warm at 64 degrees, which is great for surfing. We've got a light offshore wind, medium-sized waves, 4 to 5 feet, but we spoke to our contest director. Word is these waves are building and will peak just in time for an epic final.
Thanks a lot, Chris. That's right. We're getting into quarterfinal action. This is quarterfinal number 1, Alejandro Moreta from Puerto Rico. Nathan Yeomans from right here, San Clemente, California. Brogy Panesi, he is the underdog, the young threat to take this heat out. Killian Garland, he is going to be another local favorite from just down the road in Santa Barbara. We're going to start off with Killian Garland. Picks off a nice little wave right off the slot, straight off the top. Killian Garland, he is a tall, powerful surfer. He's able to generate a lot of speed. Comes around this section. Nice hooking turn straight back into the power source. Another big snap, releasing the fins. Killian Garland, so he grew up in right-hand point breaks, and it's showing his style right here, suiting to Steamer Lane really well.
Well, it really is, Chris. He's got a beautiful style. He's a tall surfer. He's got a lot of leverage. He was really smooth through his turns on that wave, as now we'll pick up Alejandro Moreta from Puerto Rico. Beautiful snap right in the pocket there. And this is another nice-looking wave at the lane. And as you mentioned, those slot waves are the ones these surfers are looking for with that scoring potential.
Two big scores to start us out, a 7-5 for Killian Garland, followed up with a 6-7-3 for Moreta. Let's take a look at Killian Garland's opening wave.
Yeah, I like his pace on this wave. He's really smooth. That was a great turn right there, releasing the fins. And steamer lane is one of those waves that has a lot of refraction and bump off the rocks, so your timing and the pace of your surfing is very important. Alejandro Moreta here, really nice snap right in the pocket there, and then a little foam climb. So those are some good opening scores, and those will put those two surfers in a great position.
Again, the judges looking for speed, power, flow. We'll see what Killian Garland can get going on this. Nice right, he throws the fins, nicely executed frontside reverse. Tries to follow it up with a 360. A nice combination for Killian Garland.
Yeah, that was a case of really surfing that wave up. It wasn't much of a wave, and two fantastic moves for Killian Garland will give him a decent score. And now Panesi on the wave behind. Look at all the bump coming off the rocks there. Beautiful first turn, throws the fins, and another one. This is a difficult wave to ride, and he's doing a very good job of timing his turns.
Brogy Panesi, of course, he is the grommet in this heat, the youngest of these four competitors. He's from right up the street in Pacifica. You can hear the locals loving the performance of Brogy Panesi as he comes through with a nicely scoring wave. And there you see the crowd goes wild. Mike, this is one of the only spots in the competitive world of surfing where the spectators actually stand above the surfers as they're taking off on waves.
Yeah, the lane is an amazing amphitheater for surfing. You can see those spectators looking down off those rocks as we check in with Alejandro Moreta here on just a smaller wave. But yeah, it's one of the greatest places to view a surf contest in the world, and it is a world-class right point. And Alejandro, just some nice cutbacks here on this wave, not really allowing him that long wall. Wave selection will be very critical today, and you want those waves that peel all the way down the point.
Well, this is our first look at Nate Yeomans. Of course, he had the big win here last year. His backhand is explosive. If he can get this thing going, this is going to be a good score. Nate Yeomans getting involved now, carving hard. Another powerful surfer, goes for the chop hop. Now that is not really a big scoring maneuver, but the fans still like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check in here with Nate Yeomans off the bottom. Big, powerful first turn. He's got a lot of leverage, a lot of power in his surfing. That's a nice second turn there. Unfortunately for Nate, this wave really didn't pan out through the inside, but looking smooth. He's won this event twice in the past. Very comfortable out here at the lane as he throws the chop off.
Well, we were hoping for a big finish from last year's winner, but unfortunately, Nate Yeomans goes down in fourth place. Alejandro Moreta follows him in third, advancing through Brogy Panesi and winning that heat from Santa Barbara, California, Killian Garland. Let's take a closer look at this wave with O'Neill team rider Ben Coffey. This is the course preview.
Well, beautiful morning here. You can see steamer lane here, the jump off the cliff. And that is at the very top of the point. There's the kelp that keeps this place so clean from those strong northwest winds. And here's a takeoff at steamer lane right next to the rocks here. You're literally up against them at high tide. It refracts right off the cliff. And then it gives you this beautiful canvas for big backside off the tops that Ben is performing here on this nice clean morning light. And Judge is really looking for those big backside turns or front side, but it's a quality wall, and powerful surfing here this morning will be what the judges are looking for.
We are all set for quarterfinal number 2. It's going to be Jake Halstead from La Jolla, California, Victor Doan from Newport Beach, Rafael Teixeira, our sole Brazilian in this event. And we're going to wrap it up with Derek Peters, surfer in yellow. He is from Huntington Beach, California. Derek Peters, of course, he was a standout here last year. We look for Derek as probably one of the threats to take out this entire competition. We're going to start with Derek Peters in yellow.
Yeah, U.S. team member for a long time. Beautiful first turn there. This is a great looking wave. He's really in rhythm. Those first two maneuvers were major. And Derek, just a really strong, smart surfer. Always on the best waves, and really maximizing some big turns on those first two turns on that wave were excellent.
Keeping it critical, yet keeping in total control. Derek Peters, his first wave comes through at a 7. Now here's our first look at the young Brazilian, Rafael Teixeira.
Yeah, nice looking wave here. He's got a good wall, nice opening turn there, throwing lots of spray, really powerful and tight in the pocket.
Well, as we wait for the score for Rafael Teixeira's first wave, let's go to the beach where Chris Pastras is with Nate Yeomans.
Thanks, guys. Nate, I know you got behind a bit early. The waves were a little slow during your heat. You didn't get a chance to defend your win. Take us through what happened.
Yeah, you know, I think the lane of all places, it's just, it kind of determines who's going to make it or not, and you got to get the right waves. There's not much opportunity in between the good waves, and I was just kind of out of rotation. It was a good time. I would have liked to have done a little better, but no hard feelings, man. Onward and upward.
Yes, exactly, and we're stoked you're here. I know O'Neill's stoked you're here. You got to hit the road. Your family's here. Best of luck with the rest of your year. Thanks, Nate.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks, Chris. Always good to hear Nate Yeomans positive and looking forward to the next event. Let's get back to this quarterfinal. We're going to start it off with Derek Peters, surfer in yellow.
Yeah, Derek Peters using his priority here, a nice looking wave. Big first turn, drifting the fins and then gliding across this section nice and smooth. Another nice snap in the pocket, is reading this wave really well. Very important to be in that rhythm with the wave, and a fantastic last turn there, really ditching the fins, and very impactful finishing turn there for Derek Peters.
That's going to be a nice backup score for Derek. Now let's get to Victor Doan. Victor on a tricky looking right as he gets caught behind just a little bit, still manages one quick turn. It's probably going to come through at a little bit of a low score, so we're going to look at Jake Halstead having a paddle right up against the bluff.
Yeah, Jacob Halstead from down the road in San Diego, a big powerful surfer. Surfing reminds me a lot of Connor Coffins. He's very smooth and powerful, has a ton of talent as he waits for this section to build up. Nice snap in the pocket. And looking for that oncoming section, you can see the bump, and he finishes very strong, and he likes it.
Well, the judges really loving the powerful approach of Jake Halstead. Now let's take a look at Derek Peters. Winding up, smashing that oncoming section, but not able to hold on. You gotta complete these waves, Mike.
Well, you sure do. That last maneuver is so important for these surfers. Let's take a look at Derek Peters' ride here. Nice first snap off the top. Another clean re-entry off the top, and right here he's waiting for this wave to build up in front of him, looking for that finishing maneuver that is so important. Goes for the massive layback, good timing there, and just catches his rail and goes down.
Here's another look at Jake Halstead. The good news for Derek Peters, that wave did not improve, but still in the lead. Halstead, the power approach. You see this strong finish, blasting the tail out. Jake Halstead loving it. Let's get back with Rafael Teixeira. Looks like he could be on a good one.
Yeah, Rafael on the backside here. This wave has a lot of bump, that refraction off the cliff. Beautiful first turn. And now the wave gets smooth right here, and he's right in the pocket. Has a really good rhythm going here. Very powerful surfer, has a lot of leverage, and really nails that third turn there in a beautiful sweep. He is in perfect flow with this wave in a massive finishing turn. And he loves it, and he definitely is going to get a great score there. Those are some major, major turns.
Well, that could have been the nail in the coffin for Jake Halstead. Jake's got one more opportunity in looking back at this wave for Teixeira. Backside vertical approach, the judges rewarding Teixeira with a 7.10.
Yeah, so much power in these turns and really smooth. This turn right there, right on the money. Reminds me a little bit of Chris Gallagher, who's won out here in the past. A lot of backsiders have had great luck at the lane, and Rafael really surfing well here this morning.
Last chance for Jake Halstead. He needs a 5-7-8. A nice three-turn combination. He thinks he's got enough. Now it's up to the judges.
Yeah, it'll be close. Those are some nice turns. Unfortunately, the wave closed out on that in section, and I don't think it's going to be quite enough.
Judges agree. That score comes through at a 4-6-7. Not going to be enough. Peters, Teixeira advanced through. Let's send it back to Red Bull Signature Series studio with Sal Masekela.
This event became a world tour stop for the pros in 1988, but surf contests began here in 1967 with the Santa Cruz Pro-Am. As pro surfers travel around the planet from one exotic and tropical location to another for other contests, this event represents the gritty, die-hard surfer that truly braves these waters for the passion. Other breaks might have their own unique history and notoriety, but it takes a special breed of surfer to compete and navigate the cold waters of Steamer Lane.
So the Coldwater Classic has been around for close to 30 years. It's the longest running event in Northern California. There's been various iterations of it over the years. It started out as a Western Surfing Association event, more of an amateur event, local event. And then it's blossomed into a prestigious pro event. It's got so much history and heritage.
It started out as a local thing, and then it just grew into this big event, and now it's a qualifier.
To have it elevated this year to a qualifying series event, a 1500, it's exposing a lot of the American public to athletes that normally they wouldn't see. So it's really a great opportunity for domestic pros to come and showcase their skills.
That's right, so much history here at Steamer Lane in Santa Cruz, and hopefully today we'll make some more. This quarterfinal number 3, absolutely stacked. 2 locals, Bud Freitas in red and Randy Bonds in blue, going up against Jake Davis and Keone Jan. Let's get this quarterfinal 3 matchup started.
Yeah, this is a great heat on paper. We'll see what unfolds. Randy Bonds, he's out there in the blue paddling for this first wave. Looks like Bud Freitas a little bit out of position, and Randy Bonds up and riding right here on a nice, clean-looking wave. Beautiful first turn. Really critical snap in the pocket, throwing tons of spray, and another one. So he's really in rhythm here. The local knowledge paying off with 3 massive backside turns.
Well, you can hear the hometown crowd getting behind Randy Bonds. A great opening wave comes through at an 8.6.
Yeah, these maneuvers are world class. Really timing it perfect. Sliding the tail there, kicking on the tail pad, and really in rhythm with this wave, coming right down in the critical section of the wave and straight back into it. Really powerful, perfect timing, and throwing tons of spray. And one more to finish here, connecting with the lip. So I talked a lot about the rhythm, but it's so important, Chris, to have that flow with these waves and be right in that rhythm with what the wave's doing.
Well, there you see Timmy Reyes getting ready for quarterfinal number 4. Now more action in the water. It's going to be Jan, your surfer in yellow. Having a look, he's deepest, he's in the spot, and he is up and riding.
Yeah, Keone on a nice wave here, big set wave, nice sweeping first turn to get things started, and another clean wrap right in the pocket. He's looking for this wave to get steep and get very critical in the lip, and he's unable to do that. Just nice, clean cutbacks, though. This will probably be a backup score for him, but good ride nonetheless.
As the judges catch up, we're going to go with Chris Pastris, who is with the quarterfinal number 2 winner, Derek Peters.
So Derek, you made the quarterfinals last year, and now you're moving into our semis. Take us through that heat.
Yeah, it's high tide right now, so there's not a ton of really good waves. You just got to be really selective for the waves you pick. With priority, that allows you to do that. You know, you have your pick, and no one else can really get in your way of the wave you want. So that's a nice thing about this contest, having priority, and you know, it just allows the best surfers to make it through. So stoked.
Well, congratulations, Derek. We'll see you in our semifinals. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Chris. Priority becoming a key element here at the O'Neill Coldwater Classic. Having a look at this wave, it's the 18-year-old surfer from San Clemente, California, Jake Davis.
Yeah, Jacob Davis, a very powerful young surfer, got a ton of talent, and he's picked a nice looking wave here. Beautiful first turn off the top here. This wave is tricky though. Sometimes it'll slow down and have so much bump. He's trying to find something where he can do something spectacular. He's looking for an air section here over this wave to build up. Jacob, one of the most talented young surfers in America, but unfortunately that wave not cooperating, a lot of bump, and he was only able to do a floater on that finishing maneuver.
You could tell he was coiling up, looking for just the perfect section. Just did not come through. It'll be a decent score. Jake Davis, of course, a standout in the amateur ranks, now working his way up on the QS system. So as he finishes his wave, that was the section he wanted. And the body English tells us that was not the score he was thinking was going to come from that last wave. Now we have a look one more time. Your surfer in yellow. Last chance for Keone Jan.
Yeah, Keone on an inside wave here, but let's see if it doubles up for him. A couple of clean turns, and he's in rhythm with this wave. Some good surfing. Some of those medium ones turned out to be really good scores. A really powerful cutback there. So not a big score unless he has a great finish here, but nonetheless a great ride.
Very challenging wave to read. So much refraction coming off the bluff. You see these surfers right as they take off. They know patience is going to pay off as they just wait for those bottom turns. The top turns, they're not coming easy today. That's what the judges are looking for. Big, powerful maneuvers. And we know Randy Bonds has those in his arsenal. Here he goes. One final effort from Randy Bonds.
Yeah, this is a nice looking set wave. A big first turn, throwing a lot of spray, and beautiful second turn right in the pocket. So 2 fantastic maneuvers, and you're so right, Chris, about the rhythm of the wave and the refraction. You have to have a lot of patience on this wave and try not to over-surf it. And the local boy, Bud Freitas, with the huge layback opening turn.
Well, Bud needs a big score here. 6.86, and he falls on his second turn. The judges, they want to see you complete your waves. Bud Freitas not able to complete his wave. That score is not going to be enough.
Yeah, let's take a look at what happened here. He goes for the huge layback opening turn, one of the best maneuvers of the event. And right here you can see the bump on the wave, and he just mistimes this a little bit with the backwash. And unfortunately for Bud Freitas, a local boy, he goes down. And right behind him was Randy Bonds. And check out this second turn right here. Big re-entry, throwing a ton of spray, perfect timing. And he winds up with an excellent score and wins that heat.
Well, that is exactly what the judges were looking for. Speed, power, flow. That's enough for Randy Bonds to get a convincing win. In second place, also advancing, Keone Yan. Dropping to third was Bud Freitas. And in fourth place, Jake Davis. Quarterfinal number 4 is in the water. Chris Waring from Seal Beach, California, going up against Tyler Morris from Camarillo, California. And in the blue jersey, Timmy Reyes from Huntington Beach and Dylan Southworth from Sayulita, Mexico. This is a stacked super heat for quarterfinal number 4. We're going to start it off with our surfer in red, Chris Waring.
Yeah, Chris Waring on a nice set wave here. Big, beautiful first turn off the top. This wave's got a lot of bump on it, but he reads that second section well. Has to stay nice and smooth here through the middle of the wave, waiting for this section to reform on the inside.
Well, he's looking for a section of consequence. He could have it on the inside. One more snap. Releases the fins just a little bit. Finishes off that wave. It's going to come through. Probably a mid-range score. Chris Waring, that'll probably serve as his backup. He's going to want to get back out there and get in position for his next scoring wave. Beautiful set rolling through the slot here at Steamer Lane. And this is Timmy Reyes in blue.
Yeah, Timmy on one of the bigger looking waves of the day. This wave is going to run all the way down the point. He throws it up, a little foam climb to start here, and another snap off the top. You can see this wave really running wide and a lot of bump there, and unfortunately for Timmy, unable to negotiate the bumps, and he goes down.
Well, we know Timmy Reyes as a surfer that can tackle any wave that comes his way. Put him in waves of consequence, and he'll do just about anything. And speaking of that, Tyler Morris from Camarillo, California. He's the underdog in this heat. He finds himself on a nice-looking mid-sized set wave.
Well, this is a nice clean wall in front of him, and he unloads on that second section. Really quality turn there, and another one. So a good rhythm on this wave, and it blows the tails for the finish. So this will be an excellent score for Tyler Morris.
Tyler Morris, another big, powerful regular footer, going to work here at Steamer Lane.
Yeah, I really liked how he rode this wave. Nice opening slash. He gets right in the pocket right here. This turn on the money. Kicks the tail. That sets him up nicely for another little down carve here. And the wave, he's looking for that closeout, wants to end with an explosive maneuver, and he does just that. Kicks the tail, a little bit of a layback there, and rides out of it clean.
Well, born and bred in the beautiful point breaks of Sayulita, Mexico, Dylan Southworth. Up and out, but right behind him, Morris again looking for a backup.
Yeah, this wave refracting off the rocks nicely. You can see that wedge coming at him. There's so much power pushing against you, and he's able to connect with that oncoming section. So another nice wave there for Tyler Morris. Powerful surfing.
As Tyler Morris kicks out and regains himself in the whitewater. Quick look at Rafael Teixeira gearing up for semifinal number 1, but we still got work to do here in the quarters as we see Chris Waring having a look.
Yeah, nice looking wave here. This one has a bit of bump off the takeoff, but a smooth wall on it. Opens up with a nice clean carve. You know, this wave, he's dealing with a lot of white water on the face, but it has a good bowl coming at him. He's executing a series of great maneuvers there, unfortunately going down on the last turn.
That final section, our surfer is having some difficulty with. Here goes Dylan Southworth. Again, he was born and bred in right-hand point breaks. He needs a decent score. He needs a 5.64 to advance. Nicely ridden wave, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult, this wave. It's coming at you, twisting sideways. You're looking for major maneuvers, and unfortunately, apart from that first turn, this wave really tough to ride. Really connected nicely with the first turn. Another nice slash in the pocket, but you can see not a lot of wall on this wave. And, of course, Chris Waring, the ride before him. This one real foamy, but that turn right there really nice, and this one again. So good rhythm on this wave, good pace to it. And he goes down on that last turn, but before that fall, he had some quality turns.
Well, your quarterfinal heat 4 results. Tyler Morris taking the win. Chris Waring in second. Dylan Southworth third. Timmy Reyes will be in 4th place. Semifinal number 1 is underway. Here's your matchup. Roji Panesi versus Killian Garland, Rafael Teixeira, and Derek Peters. 4 surfers from 4 corners of the globe, all fighting to get into that final. We're going to start with Derek Peters in yellow.
And Derek Peters from Huntington Beach here. Nice looking first turn there, really timing the backwash perfectly. This wave is going a little bit fat here. He's waiting for this section to build back up. He wants that quality finish. And nice and smooth through here, doing a little bit of a hop as this wave rebuilds for Derek Peters.
Derek has been a workhorse throughout this entire event, looking for a big finish. He's coiling up through this inside section, and it's not going to pan out for Derek Peters. He is in control, but he is out. Now, on the beach, we have Chris Pastris with quarterfinal 4 winner Tyler Morris.
So Tyler, this is your second QS event. You're advancing to the next round ahead of some veterans. Describe what you're feeling right now.
A little bit of nerves, a lot of stoke, and just can't wait to get back in the water and surf some more.
And what's it like surfing against some guys you've looked up to for years?
You know, just to be here and to be in the water with them in the heat, it's like a dream. I can't really believe it right now. I'm still kind of in shock, but I'm just super stoked to have the opportunity. I'm just really fortunate to be here and be healthy and surfing, and just really happy.
Congratulations, my man. Good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Chris. Tyler Morris, a relative newcomer to the scene, but doing good here at Steamer Lane. And now we see Derek Peters again finding himself on a gem.
Yeah, he really knows how to pick the waves and use that priority. This wave looks great for Derek Peters. He's surfing nice and tight to the pocket and really powerful on rail right there. So Derek Peters looking so strong. Big finishing closeout re-entry. Fantastic surfing from Derek Peters.
You know, what I love about Derek's approach is he mixes just the right amount of dynamic surfing with that solid fundamental base. You see all his turns perfectly placed, and that's really hard to do here at Steamer Lane.
It is. You see him set this wave up perfectly with that first cutback. It really gets him in rhythm with this wave. Right here, he's waiting for the steep part of the wave, and this turn right on the money. Full commitment on rail. Connects with the closeout section, so nice timing, powerful surfing, and very smooth for Derek Peters.
Now we see 4 surfers in possible contention. It's going to be Rafael Teixeira. We'll see what his backhand can do here on this right at Steamer Lane.
Yeah, nice little setup turn there. You see he fades nice and deep in the pocket here. Really like his surfing, how smooth he is and powerful. Nice, big, clean carve off the top as he waits for this wave to build back up and then nails it right on the money there. So Rafael really in rhythm here, picking good waves and surfing very strong.
Well, the sole Brazilian in this event doing damage on his backhand. That score comes through a 7.27. It's all about those quick backhand whips. The judges really appreciating the power of this young Brazilian.
Yeah, he's really using the entire wave. See how he fades here and gets nice and tight to the pocket. Surfs with a lot of power. He's on rail. He's really smooth and just really has perfect timing. Connects with the lip there, so some big major turns, exactly what the judges are looking for.
Well, it looks like at this point, Teixeira finding himself yet again in the spot. He can do no wrong, Mike.
Yeah, look at this. He's on another good wave. Big first turn. He's going to have to wait to get around this section. You can see all the bump and refraction. Now he's in the clean part of the wave and nails that second turn. He's absolutely on fire here in this semifinal, surfing with so much confidence.
Big, explosive backhand maneuvers. The judges are eating it up. A 6.97 for Teixeira. As he paddles out the back, this heat is winding down. You see our competitors right now. They're looking at the ocean. They want something to come through as Teixeira just going to town on this beautiful right-hander.
Yeah, that first turn there on the money here. He waits right here, climbs up on the face. Nice sweeping carve right in the critical part of the wave, throwing a lot of spray and fantastic surfing there.
Well, it's been an incredible run for this young upstart from right up the road in Pacifica, California. This is Brogy Panesi. He needs a big score.
Wow, full commitment on that first section there. I love that cutback, another little layback. Love how he digs into his turns here, throwing a lot of spray and really going for it.
Well, Brogy going for the big tail blast at the end of that wave. But again, Mike, that end section, which is so critical for those big scores, not panning out for Brogy Panesi. Now in dire need of a huge score, it is Killian Garland looking for a 9.09.
Well, it's a big score. Let's see what we can do here. Nice first opening roundhouse cutback to get things going. This wave looks pretty good. It's nice and clean. He's looking for a quality section to really do a big turn, and unfortunately, some nice surfing here, but not a section to perform an excellent maneuver.
Well, he needed a massive score, but unfortunately only comes through with a mid-range 4.87. So that will mean we've got our first 2 finalists. Rafael Teixeira winning that heat in second place. Derek Peters advancing through. Let's send it back to Red Bull Signature Series studio with Sal Masekela.
Thank you, Chris. Exciting heats here in Santa Cruz. Looking forward to some more high performance in the upcoming heats. Do you think you could brave the cold water conditions of Santa Cruz? There's a lot to talk about, so why not let us know? Get involved in the conversation. Follow the Red Bull Signature Series on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or you can go to the redbullsignatureseries.com, where we have even more exclusive content just for you. Plus, you can download the Red Bull TV app, which is amazing. It allows you to watch this show and catch up on all episodes from every season. You're welcome.
We are all set for semifinal heat number 2. This is a big matchup. Chris Waring, he will be your surfer in blue. Tyler Morris will be in yellow. Randy Bonds in red. And Keone Yan will be in white. Chris Cote here with Mike Parsons. Our first rider of semifinal number 2 is Randy Bonds.
Yeah, the local boy, big first turn there, really getting vertical. And again, for Randy Bonds, he's in rhythm with this wave. 2 great opening turns, and the local boy off to a great start.
Love the excitement from the crowd. Every time Randy Bonds stands up, you hear the cheers start, and they grow as he goes down the line. Now you see a wave coming through. It is going to be in blue, Chris Waring.
Yeah, Chris Waring using priority. Nice big set wave here. Comes off the bottom of that first turn pretty good, and now nice slicing cutback right in the critical part of the wave. So Chris Waring from Huntington Beach really surfing well here today at Steamers Lane, waiting for this wave to build up. So much bump and refraction from the cliff you could see on those turns there. So some nice cutbacks there for Chris Waring and a pretty decent opening score.
Well, Chris Waring had to know he needed something spectacular with the fan reaction of the previous wave from Randy Bonds. Some good opening turns. It gets tricky through this mid portion, but I like the way he finished this wave, Mike.
Yeah, I did too. This was a nice turn in the middle there. This part right here, real tricky. You can see all the bump there. He's trying to get his timing right. And just a nice little sweeping carve to finish for Chris Waring. So a tricky wave to ride. It'll be a mid-range score.
Great overview of our 4 surfers as they fight for position. It's going to be from Tahiti, Keone Yan. He's reacting nicely to this cold water, Mike.
Yeah, he is. What a transition from Tahiti as he's on a nice big set wave here. A couple of nice opening turns and a third little foam climb there. Sweeping cutbacks, and he's got a real smooth, great style.
Yeah, I like the low center of gravity. Nice, powerful, clean approach from Keone Yan, as we see in the slot right next to the bluff. Dealing nicely with the refraction, it's Tyler Morris.
Yeah, this is a nice little wedge. He throws a layback off the first turn. I love his commitment there. And beautiful carve here right into the pocket. So some good surfing here for Tyler Morris. He's been having quite a run. It really looks like he's found his confidence.
Yeah, Tyler Morris. I like that he applies just the right amount of pressure to these waves. Steamer Lane is a spot that you can overpower at times, but obviously Tyler Morris, he knows this wave well. You see perfectly placed turns.
Yeah, that was a good layback. He did read that wave nicely. Unfortunately for him, the wave gets a little sleepy here through the middle. He's looking for that section where he can really impress the judges with something major at the finish of this wave, and he was unable to get it.
Your surfer in red at this point, the obvious crowd favorite, it is Randy Bonds.
Yeah, on the backside here, let's see what he can do. Huge first turn as you hear the crowd go crazy here for the local boy. Another nice re-entry. He's really picking the good waves and just gets a little hung up on that third turn. Maybe got caught up in the excitement. That was a great looking wave. Still 2 quality turns, and it'll be a good score.
Well, that just shows you, even with so much knowledge of this wave, it can be a very, very tricky wave to read, as Randy Bonds makes a small error that could cost him the heat. Here goes Chris Waring, surfer in blue. He's got a nice looking wave, Mike.
Yeah, it's a big set wave for Chris Waring right towards the end of this heat. This wave looking great for him. A nice little snap off the top. And waiting for this wave to wall up through the inside. Really looking smooth and good timing here. Oh, that turn was on the money for Chris Waring. Sweeping carve and a finish. So that was definitely the wave Chris Waring was looking for. Really clutch surfing there for Chris Waring right at the end of that heat. Some powerful surfing. Big open face wave there. Let's take a look here. This turn right here is on the money. Really tight to the pocket. You can see he's on his rail, pushing on that tail pad. Very powerful surfing and straight into this finishing maneuver.
That last wave comes through at a 6.7. The judges loving the speed, power, and flow of Chris Waring, and that'll be enough to get him the win. And in second place, just making that advancement, it's Randy Bonds. Rounding us out in third, it's Tyler Morris, and fourth place goes to Keone Yan. We're ready for our final. Now let's get into it. Your 4 finalists are Rafael Teixeira, Derek Peters, Randy Bonds, and Chris Waring. We're gonna start with Huntington Beach surfer Derek Peters in white.
Yeah, Derek Peters on a big set wave here. Nice opening turn right in the pocket, clean snap. Comes around this section and hooks it really nicely. Beautiful style, surfing with a lot of power and timing his waves perfectly is Derek Peters.
This 22-year-old surfer from Huntington Beach, California, off to a strong start here in the final. The judges reacting with a 6.67.
Yeah, Derek Peters surfing really smooth, looking very good. Has a chance to qualify someday for sure. This surfer has a lot of experience already at a young age, and you can see here, big opening turn there on a set wave, and comes around the section, and that was a money turn right in the critical part of the wave, throwing a lot of spray. In the criteria, speed, power, and flow, he's certainly hitting on all cylinders, Derek Peters.
So Peters off to a great start, but watch out. It's the Brazilian, Rafael Teixeira, off to a massive start with a big explosive backside hook. Follows it up with another backside bash, straight back onto the open face. Teixeira, 3 blistering turns in a row. Follows it up with a 4th backside carve. Now Rafael Teixeira looking like he could be on the wave of the event.
Yeah, what an incredible ride. You can see the passion there in the Brazilian. They all have it, really hitting all his turns on the money here. Let's take a look. Huge first turn, sets himself up nicely. Big deep bottom turn, and right in the critical part of the wave, one of the best turns of the contest on a set wave. Then he's able to nail that 3rd turn with a lot of power. Very much in rhythm on this wave and surfing with so much confidence. This is definitely in the excellent category, and he's gonna have a strong lead.
Well, that is exactly what the judges are looking for. That wave for Teixeira comes through it at 9. Now, can Derek Peters answer back? A strong start, speeding down the line. 2 nicely placed turns for Peters. Once he got to the mid portion of this wave, he's looking for a big finish. Goes vertical one more time in the foam. Another beautiful wrapping turn for Peters. And he finishes with a little bit of a fall. The judges are gonna look very closely at that wave for Peters, as Randy Bond's now having a look.
Yeah, here goes Randy Bonds, the local boy. Kind of a medium-sized wave, but it looks smooth as he drops in. Nice little check turn to get things started, and then connects with the lip nicely. Looking for a major turn here, and unfortunately for Bonds, that wave filling up and not working out.
Now it's up to the Brazilian dark horse threat, Rafael Teixeira. He's looking for a 4.9. He's in position, having a paddle, looking at a beautiful steamer lane right. Teixeira up and riding, goes into a deep bottom turn, backside snap combination. Now he gets around a tricky section and big, beautiful backhand snap, straight into another carve. Teixeira, he is going to work on this steamer lane right, still ripping this wave from the outside all the way to the inside. Again, Teixeira just needing a 4.9. Looks like more than enough to me, Mike.
Yeah, fantastic surfing there from Teixeira. Let's take another look. Big opening turn, comes around this section, negotiates the bumps perfectly, and unloads on that 2nd turn. Perfect timing. And I love how he has the patience on the wave here and reads it perfectly. So much pressure on him for this ride, only needing a small score. And surfing it like it was the very start of the heat, no pressure at all, getting another excellent score.
And with that 2nd scoring wave, it is the lone Brazilian in this competition taking the win. Rafael Teixeira is the 2015 O'Neill Coldwater Classic champion. And with the win, the Red Bull signature moment goes to the one and only Brazilian competitor in this year's event, Rafael Teixeira. With no major sponsor, the 22-year-old goofy footer came to Steamer Lane for his first time ever and took on the stacked local and international field of competitors, walking away with his first ever QS win and earning him 1,500 qualification points. After a 9-point opening wave, Rafael finished with a come-from-behind win, comboing 3rd and 4th place with a last-minute 7:10 before the closing bell. Congratulations to Rafael Teixeira for becoming the 2015 O'Neill Coldwater Classic champion. And here he is with Chris Pastras.
Rafael, congratulations. Only our 2nd Brazilian to ever win this event. One of our few international surfers here today. Describe the emotions you're feeling right now.
Oh, I'm feeling good. It's the best day of my life for sure. I just try my best. I love my backside surf. I love Santa Cruz. I have a good rides, and I arrived here a days ago, and I train all days here, and I try my best, and I make this event.
Well, congratulations, Rafael. Go celebrate. We're excited for you. Back to you guys.
Rafael Teixeira taking the win.
Yeah, incredible surfing on his backside. It seems like this wave was really suited to him right from the get-go. Powerful surfing and a fantastic statement he made.
And with that, let's go to Sal Masekela.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you guys for joining us here at the Lane for the O'Neill Coldwater Classic in Santa Cruz, California. We will see you next time.
Thank you guys.